Good morning friends, Diana here from Garden Love. So today what I'm going to be working on is my irrigation. Let me show you guys really quick. This, I installed a spigot, not a spigot, bowl, so it can have a timer and it can, water all of the fruit trees that I have growing here on my citrus orchard that I'm growing here. I have about maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, around 12 trees, fruit trees here. And I'm going to be adding another row. This is my lime tree, then there's a pomegranate. I already have a hole ready there for my pink Eureka lemon, and right there I'm going to put my Buddha lemon tree, and then hopefully within years I'll do another row of something growing here, probably more pomegranates. Now that I know that the pomegranates are not affected by the gophers, I might be adding some more pomegranates. So what I want to do is I want to split this line right here into 2 lines. So I want it to go 1 line, then carry it over here, and then do another line so I can continue to add on to this. By the way, I just harvested this from my pomegranate fruit tree that I have actually grown in a container. It actually gave me more fruit growing in a container than it did this pomegranate that came with the property that probably has years there. And I believe it's because it didn't get enough water, it didn't have enough mulch. But next year I almost can promise you guys that that is going to give me tons of pomegranates, because I'm going to do everything I can to help it grow tons of pomegranates. So I'm going to be adding more mulch, and with the new drip line that I'm going to be putting here, I'm going to put a couple drip lines there so it gets plenty of water during the summer. I'll probably just keep 1 line there for the winter, and when it starts warming up again, I'm going to be adding another line. And then from that, I'm going to split a line to my new tree, and the same line that runs around here, I'm going to split a line, a drip line that goes to my Buddha tree that's going to go there. So another thing I don't like about how the line is set up right now, you guys see all the stress that this has and how it's pulley. I want to extend this a little further this way, so then that way it can be starting from here and it doesn't have that much stress on the line. And then from here it'll split that way, and then like I mentioned, so I'm going to be taking care of that. It's fairly easy. Look who we have here. It's fairly easy now that I'm familiar on how to cut the lines, how to use the adapter. I mean, it is super kindergarten easy. I'll show you guys how to do it. I just learned this year and I am barely getting confident and comfortable with these irrigation lines. That was like my biggest fear last year, how to set up irrigation drip systems. And believe it or not, if I can do it, you guys can do it. It is not that hard. I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. And it's simply cutting and connecting. It's easy, just like you would be doing playing Legos. Really quick, let me show you guys. Do you guys remember this nopal that I had growing in this container years ago? This was one of the first videos that I made. It's still growing here. Some of the nopales got bit by something, they dropped. I picked them up, put them on my hillside garden, and they're growing. This one's growing a little bit more. I'm gonna let these grow, cut them, and then propagate them and put them on my hillside. That way I can have several plants and I can, harvest them to eat. This was supposed to be a nopal to eat, and that is what I love nopales. I love grilling them. I love nopales. So I'm hoping that I can have several plants, so maybe once a week I can take a few off and eat them or give them away to my mom. She loves them as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the drip. Alright friends, these are some of the items you're going to need. You're going to have some of these cutters to cut the hosing, the piping that you're going to use. This will help me puncture the hose so I can put some drip. These are the little drip that I need, but the main things that I'm going to need is an extender to extend the line and a splitter to split the line. I could put this at the end of the line, but since I'm going to continue to add to it, I am just going to pin it. That way I don't waste one of these. These are about $1 or $2. These are probably a couple 25 cents, 35 cents. I'm going to bend it. That way as I add trees, I can use more of these connectors and continue to add hose down this hillside. All right, let's get started. Alright friends, the first thing I'm going to do is cut this line. Super easy. Hopefully my shadow's not casting it. Super easy. See that? Then I'm going to get the connector and connect it. Gotta use muscle for this guy. Oh, sorry, I don't know if you guys can see. You just have to really push it in there, and the pressure of the water won't allow it to come out. But I want to make sure that it's really in there. It's in there. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Now that this line's open, I am going to untangle it because I don't want it to be super tangled. And I'll do that after I connect some more of this piping. So here's a new line I'm going to be adding. Make sure that it's really good in there. Alright friends, so now that I have extra space to work with, I'm going to want the splitter to be right around where the trees are at. So I'm going to do a new cutting. I want to give it some space. Perfect. Now I'm going to be taking the splitter, if you guys can see, on this side. The splitter, come closer so you guys can see what I'm doing. So this is going to go this way and that way. There we go. Perfect. Now we're going to connect this to this. But first I'm going to untangle it. You guys see right here how it's kind of like throwing around this. I'm just going to pull it, get it off. Oh no, that one's going all the way over there. All right, so I'm going to cut this. Because this green line right here is going all the way to that tree. I'm just going to cut it and then reconnect it. Super easy, guys. I'll show you guys. Let's get this out of the way. Let's pull it. See that? Alright, now we have the line from there where it originated. We have the split. Now we're going to add another line going up the hill. And we're probably going to have to do an elbow up there. An elbow is just how it sounds, an elbow. So then that way we can have the new line going down up north where the new line's going to be going. The new, I guess, trees of line or line of trees that we're going to be doing. Alright friends, now I have to figure out how high I want this line to go. I want it to go all the way up here. Now that we know how high we need it to go, we're going to cut it again. I don't want it to be too tight. I'm going to give it some space, some slack, and I'm just going to cut it. Super easy. We're done with that piece. And here we go. We're going to have the elbow going that way. Let me show you guys. One elbow going from where it's coming from. And then we're going to have the new line. There we go. That was a good fit. Now that we got that one going, we're going to spread the line going that way because that is where the rest of the fruit trees are going. Use some muscle, guys. There. Now I just have to pull it all the way to where I want it to go. You guys can see this became quite a mess, but I still managed to get it done. Once it was all done and over with, boy, did I have a hard time rolling this thing back. In fact, I had to cut it in half, but for now I am just pulling along because it would just take way too long for me to separate it and actually get the part that I wanted. Alright friend, the next thing I'm going to do is actually bury this under the mulch that we have here so it can stop turning. I'm going to pull this line where I want it to go, which is over here, because this will give me irrigation for that tree and this tree. And as you guys can see, it fits perfectly to my pomegranate. When I want to add more trees and I want to extend the line, all I got to do is remove this, and I'm going to show you guys how to put it on right now. Some of this stuff might be self-explanatory, but for example, when I was new to this, I really wish I knew how to do this or someone can show me. So for those newbies, when it comes to this, I'm going to show you guys. It is super simple. I think it goes this way. There you go. All you got to do is put it in, bend your holes, and then it seals it. When I'm ready to extend this line, take it out, put a splitter or an adapter, however you want to call them, and then connect the next line. So that's going to go right here, and all I got to do now is focus on straightening out the line and burying it. There we go. So I'm going to turn this that way. I'm going to put a drip going from here up to this next tree. If I wanted to, I could have even done a split, but I don't want to do a split because I want it to go the long way, not upwards for now. But I could leave it right there and run the split from right there. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do it this way and just run the split from there. So that way the water that drips out of the little hole that I do the little drip, it will drip down back into that tree. So let's go ahead and set this up a little better. Basically that's it right here. I'm going to get a shovel, do a little trench among this mulch, and put it back in. Honestly, before this, I was so afraid. I couldn't even figure out how to begin with this project. I hope that this step-by-step is helping you guys realize how easy it is and gives you the confidence to get started and add a drip system. And as I learn more, I hope to be sharing more with you guys. Alright friends, you guys remember that I cut this line? This was going to my lime tree, so what I'm going to do is I could do either do a connector and put another hose that's going to reach my line all the way over there, or I could just put a drip, and this drip is going to water the tree down here. For now I'm going to do a drip since I have a new line up there. I'm going to do a split and put some water up there, and I don't need to extend it that far. So now I'm just going to give it for this. I'm gonna spread my sprinkler so that way this tree can get plenty of water, and not just at the root ball. I want it to go split to other spots. See? And then that way everything can start to get water, including this grapevine. It's been here forever, it looks like. It didn't really grow much. I'm hoping that with all the mulch I'm adding and all the water that we have growing here, that it can help this grapevine. Oh, this is just an extra line that was sitting there. So now that that's settled, now we have to put a new drip system to these trees. Once again, friends, this is going to be super easy. I like to put 2 drip systems per tree. I only let the sprinklers go right now that it's not as hot, 1 minute a night. I do it in the night time so that way the water doesn't get evaporated. If I could just find the beginning of this hose, I'll show you how easy it is. Super easy. Give it a good distance because you never know how far you want to move them. And then go back to the original one. Give it a good host. Thankfully, I had everything I needed to do this project today. And I really have to untangle the rest of that hose. Super easy. Right now it's actually kind of hot, so this little lining is easy to work with. And then I'm going to use these to stake them so they can stay where I want them to stay. And let's take this so we can puncture the holes and set it. Alright, so here's the hose. Let me give you guys a perspective. The line's under there, the hose is spreading that way. We're going to make sure we water this one because we cut the line earlier. The green line that we cut was coming to this tree. Now, the cool thing is that this sometimes drips a little bit of water, which is fine because it'll water the tree while it's dripping. All you do is take that, put it in the hole you just punctured, push it in there, and that's it. I'm going to set these up over here so it's getting plenty of water. Oops, sorry guys. So it's getting plenty of water, and water goes downhill, so I'm putting it on the upper side of the tree. There we go. And hopefully if this drips a little bit, it will drip into the soil that's feeding and watering the tree. Now I'm going to do the same for the next tree. Alright friends, so I went ahead and create another split here. One's going to go to this pomegranate, one's going to go to my Eureka Pink Lemonade that I'm going to be putting there. Usually I like to put 2 drips into each plant, but for today I'm going to put just 1 for there. And this one already has one that's running from all the way down there, so this is technically going to have 2. So easy peasy, just like I've been mentioning. I'll show you guys. Alright, we're going to pull the hose. We're going to puncture it. It's going to do the same thing. Oh. Alright friends, I didn't do it that well, so it's good to have this little handy tool so when this happens you can go exactly in the same hole and re-puncture it correctly. Hopefully that does the trick. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. Alright, we're going to just stick this somewhere around the crown. And since there's a lot of gravity working here, I'm going to just put it right there. Whatever water drips on here is going to go downhill and eventually work its way to the root ball or wherever it needs to go. There we go. Now let's do the same. So with this one, since the tree is still not there, now I don't want to rush through things. I could technically just keep it here so I can continue to water this hole, but I'm not going to do that because I don't know when I'm going to come and put the tree in. I'm going to take my time and not rush through things. So I'm just going to give this tree a little extra watering. I'm just going to put it right here. That's it. And that's how easy it is, guys. This video, I can imagine it's probably really short. It took me like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Here's the line. I'm going to do another split for the other hole, but like I mentioned, I'm not going to do it till I'm ready. Well friends, I wanted to conclude this video with showing you the final results. You guys can see the line there. I pretty much buried it under, as you guys seen in the earlier parts of this video. And I have a surprise for you guys. Last night I got a major urge to just come out here and put a beautiful tree in, and that's what I did. My pink Eureka lemon, it's finally in the ground. It was super easy to do. It already has some blooms and some beautiful fruit right there. I'm not sure if it's gonna fall off from the transplant, but I am super happy to see this hillside with this amazing tree. I accidentally dropped it once because I was pulling it up with the wagon here and it rolled over, and oh my god, the fragrance that came out of these leaves were amazing. I think it's going to do great here because it's going to get full sun just the way it likes it. This tree's going to get pretty big. I've seen them. They get pretty big. So I am looking forward to that, guys. Look at that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful and hopefully not too long. I hope I didn't repeat myself a little bit too much on how to do your drip irrigation. Super easy, friends. I hope that this makes you feel more confident on doing it. I know for me it's been a while and it took a lot of courage for me to actually get into this, as weird as that is, because I just had no idea how this whole system works. Now that I know that you could just connect them like Legos, it's super easy. So I believe in you guys. I know you guys can do it. Hopefully the next time you guys see this hillside, you guys can see my Buddha hand lemon or lime, no lemon, that's going to be going there. I just ran out of cages because, as you guys can see, there is tons of fruit trees. I'm going to do a garden tour right now, so stay tuned for that video.